But I want us to go to Mombasa County and touch base with Tobias Chanji, who is holding forth from that county now. Good morning, Chanji. Kindly bring us up to speed on the situation in Mombasa. This is coming from a night where the train to Nairobi did not make its way here due to technical hitches. We know that there was that celebration that was in Diani, and majority of the young people would not find their way because the Dongo Kundu bypass was blocked. But Chanji, how's the situation and how is it at the railway station, if you have that information, Chanji?
A very good morning, Aseto. Indeed, we are coming to you live from Mo Avenue in the port city of Mombasa, and what we can be able to report as of now is that there's less traffic and also a sizable number of shops that have opened while most of them are still closed. What we've also seen is that there is major number of plainclothes police officers who are strategically sitting alongside the streets to just make sure that no one participates in these protests. Remember that though the human rights activists had notified the police that they'll be engaging in today's protest, the police at the same time wrote to them saying that they'll not allow this protest because they've received some intelligence reports that goons will be infiltrating these particular protests. We've also seen a number of schools that have closed this morning and some that closed yesterday. And concerning what was happening in Diani is that since Friday, that is last week, we've been having the annual Summer Tides in its third edition this year, and thousands of youth, especially from Nairobi, had turned up to participate in that particular event. But yesterday, as from noon, the road leading to Dongo Kundu and also to Mombasa from Kwale County was blocked, though the police did not have a proper answer on that, as we had to question some of the senior police officers who told us that it is because of the alcohol blow, but we didn't notice any alcohol blow there. Then coming to the SGR, because most of them had missed that particular trip to Nairobi, some of the youths have slept at the SGR offices in Mombasa, while some went back to Diani. And most schools in Diani have also closed because most parents and teachers thought that these might also affect Diani in terms of the protests, especially for the youth that have remained behind and the agency. What we've gathered this morning is that some of those that stayed at the edge or that stayed the night at the SGR offices have been able to leave with morning SGR, that is around 8 a.m. in the morning. So up to now, things are normal, though there's tense and tension in the air, and we've also managed to speak to some of those who are planning for these protests, especially the human rights activists. And some of them are saying that they're being trailed by police officers and officials. Therefore, some of them have told us that they might not just turn up for this protest, while others are giving it a wait and see situation. That's what we can report as of now, Aseto.
Thank you, Chanji. Keep safe, keep us updated on what is happening in Mombasa. And the key information is that the protesters had issued notification to the police according to the law. However, the police wrote back to the protesters and the civil rights organizations, telling them that they would not allow the protest to take place in Mombasa due to intelligence that they had received. With regard to goons infiltrating the same. But Chanji, before I let you go, now here's a situation where no protesters have been allowed to get to protest in Mombasa. But even while at that, is there any signs that protesters would show up? Just how heavy is police presence on the roads? Is there any telltale signs that people would actually get out to protest? As far as they're concerned, they notify the police? Chanji, if you can hear me, are there any signs that the protesters would get out because they had notified the police of their intention to protest today?
Well, Aseto, as I said earlier, we've been able to go through the town and main streets. What we've seen, people are going on with their normal activities, though we can see report that there are very few people who have come to town. And maybe one thing that we've not seen is people assembling in groups, as is always, especially during the time of protest. Remember that the last protest, that is on 25th June, when we had Mombasa was one of the few counties that reported peaceful protests. And most people were saying that was maybe because police kept vigil, and the protesters themselves also made sure that no goons had to infiltrate that protest. But with me is one of residents of Mombasa who've been participating in almost every protest that have been happening here, to maybe just get a word from him concerning today's activities. Majina yako nani, na tuelezee katika umefika mji huu saa ngapi na hali umeionaje?
Kwa jina yangu kamili naitwa Collins Ochengo Bado, jina maarufu ni Profesa. Nimeona siku ya leo, sasa bado ni asubuhi, lakini nimeona movement iko chini sana. Inaonekana watu wameingiwa na uoga kabisa, sababu sasa hata vijana sasa kama sasa vijana huwa wako washaanza kushanyika kidogo kidogo. Sasa naona ni kama kuna uoga. Lakini mimi kama kijana na msimamizi wa Mombasa, mimi naomba hata watu wakienda protest benye huwa tunafanya, ifanywe protest ambayo ni ya amani, umoja, undugu, ile peaceful. Kwa sababu hii Kenya ni yetu. Ni yetu na lazima tuitengeneze kisawasawa. Lakini kwa siku ya leo, hata mimi nimepigwa na bumbwazi sana. Watu hawako, ni kama watu wamekuwa waoga. Lakini mimi naomba vijana msiwe waoga. Mkuwe na ujasiri. Bora ukuwe unafanya kitu ambayo ni ya kisafi. Na kitu kisafi ni ile uharibifu ndio hatutaki kufanya sisi.
Wewe mwenyewe umekuja maandamano?
Mimi mwenyewe venye naniona kijana maarufu Profesa, nimekuja maandamano. Na hata niliamka saa 11:30. Sasa hii ndio sasa tunaona wazee wamekuja, lakini naona bado watu hawajakuja. Mimi naomba watu wote wajitokeze kwa wingi.
Kwa nini unaona ni muhimu kushiriki maandamano ya leo kwako?
Mimi kwangu naona ni muhimu kwa sababu hii siku ya Sabasaba ni siku ambapo lazima pia tuonyeshe ujasiri, jambo la kwanza. Na jambo la pili, tunataka watu ambayo wako na msimamo dhabiti wa kuonyesha patriotism, wanapenda nchi yao, wanaonyesha ujasiri, wanaonyesha upendo, wanaonyesha amani. Ndiona mimi nimejitokeza hapa.
Shukrani. Naona umevaa na maski kabisa.
Asante. Hata hii maski ni ya kuonyesha peace, love, harmony and unity.
Shukran kwa muda wako. There you have it, Seto. That is one of the residents of Mombasa who we spotted just right now, and he has been participating in almost all protests that have been happening here. And he just told us the tension that is around, and what he has called upon the residents of Mombasa to turn up and participate in the protest, though peacefully. Back to you in studio.
Thank you, Chan.